There's a quick little story that I want to tell you. I have always been the guy who's love sharing my life and my stories with people, what my ambitions are, because I love that when you find a person who has the same way of thinking, it's like you instantly just get into a flow state with the other person. I absolutely love that. But it's not always that way. Sometimes you will also meet persons who will judge you for it, who will make you feel like you're the dumbest piece of shit for having that kind of idea. And that is usually the worst times. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Because it's not really that often that we have a person who actually has the same mindset as us and who want to talk about the same things as us. So what do we do when we meet somebody who is not like that? Because you have to be your own motivator. That is what I want to talk about in this video. Because you see, even with my own family, whenever I talk to them at dinner about my plans, my ambitions, what I really want to do in life, they always gonna try to tell their own plans for me. So like, I want to be a businessman. They always try to make it seem like it's the dumbest thing that you can do. You know, there's always something else you can do. They always try to make it seem so bad for like the business is a bad idea and all this, and that school, for example, is the only right way. That's how they make it feel like. So I've kind of given up with like telling my true ambitions, for example, to my family, you know, because I know they won't really support me. I even tried to telling them about me and my friend, we're gonna do this thing with like YouTube. Still even that, they said, you're gonna film yourself and put it onto social media. No, you're not gonna do that. And let me just tell you, I was 17, almost 18 at that point. So they like to have kind of control over what I do in my life. I really hate that. It's like, I think that's always why I have had a hard time saying what I truly want, because that's just how it has been, that others just controlled what I had to do. And I never really put it myself first. But that's something that I've begun to do now, because I realized that it is only me who can change what I want to be and who I am. Basically, I have to be my own motivator. Because what I realized is that nobody else is gonna wake up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. messaging me, come on, you can do it. You have to fucking do it now. No, it's only myself that can do that. Nobody else is gonna tell me that I should train. Actually, people say the opposite. Why don't you rest more? Why don't you take some time off? Why don't you do something else? Why don't you watch more TV? Why don't you do this and that and this and that? It's so hard to always remind yourself you have to keep going. You have to do this. This is what it takes to be better than others. Because others aren't willing to go that far. Not even my friends who really supports me. Like, I can kind of tell, like, you know, they're friends with me because like, that's how it is with the norms in the school. That's just how it is, basically. Like, we founded each other, we became friends, and we are like talking. We have been talking for like 1 year, 2 years. So that's just a natural thing that we just talk to each other. But it's like, I can tell they have different values than me. And if that's what they want, then that's how it is. I wish that I could make them come to my side, where we try to focus on improvement instead of pleasure. Because actually, in my perspective, pleasure is not pleasure. Like, what you think right now is pleasurable is not pleasurable. Like, you have the completely wrong idea of what pleasure is. Like, of course, pleasure, it is the word of it. For example, masturbation, porn. Basically, activities that make your dopamine fried up. But in my opinion, pleasure is when you're working hard on something and it gives good results back later on. So, for example, every time you go to the gym, how are you feeling when you come out of the gym? Sure, you feel fucking burned out under the session, right? Like, you feel like, fuck bro, I can't even move my arms, like I don't have any energy left and all this. But afterwards, what about afterwards? When you come out of the gym, are you smiling? Are you mad? Are you angry? Are you sad? No, you're the fucking happiest person ever, because you know that you just smashed the best workout ever. And why are you happy about that? Because now you know that you're gonna be looking a little bit stronger and bigger the next time that you have recovered. So like basically maybe tomorrow. That is real pleasure. Not all of the other shit. If you eat fast food today, you will feel good in a few seconds. But how will you feel afterwards? You'll feel like shit because now you look at your body, you have just gained like fucking 0.5% body fat. That is not the way to feel good. It is fake happiness. Also, you gotta be your own motivator. Because you're not gonna hear from people, oh, you should stop eating that. It's something that you have to do yourself. It's something that you gotta research on your own. So just think to your little stupid fucking monkey brain that I have as well. Basically, all of us have it. The next time your stupid brain tells you that you should masturbate again for the 5th time a day, because of course it's made you successful, right? It has made you so good with girls doing that, right? It has made your testosterone go so much up by doing that, right? No, it hasn't. So why would you trust your stupid brain to do the same shit over and over again? It's time for you to say fucking stop. It's time for you to fucking beat your own stupid brain. Like, of course not meant in that way, but you know what I mean. You gotta fight against your brain, because your brain is always gonna do this. Just so you know it, your brain is never gonna stop doing this. I think that I have achieved a high level of success with like self-improvement and being consistent with things. My brain still tells me like, go fab, go on Pornhub. Whenever I look at my search bar, guess what the first thought pops is that thought? That pops up in my head. It's still fucking porn. Like, it's masturbation. It's so deeply craved inside of me because I've been doing it for so many years in my younger years. And guess what? I had the most pleasure in that time. Think about how much I saw it. I saw it like twice a day, probably around that. But am I happy now that I did it that time? No, I'm not. I wasn't even happy right afterwards. As soon as I fucking relapsed like a little bit of fucking monkey, there was nothing left inside of me. I didn't feel fucking shit. I didn't feel any emotion. Now you may ask, but how can I motivate myself? I believe it's founding your values and your purpose. Because when you found something that you know is the most important thing of today, that's when you like will begin to motivate yourself. That's when you will begin to have self-respect for yourself. That's when people ask you to go out and drink, you'll say no, because I have a bigger task that I need to get done. That is how you motivate yourself. Found a big goal that you really, really want to fucking achieve. Write it down, stick it on your fucking computer or your wall, like your door or your wall, and then just look at it. Visualize it. Visualize it happening. Visualize it happening. Keep doing that process. It will fucking motivate you. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, then go down and click subscribe. I really think that it will benefit you with my self-improvement content. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day, bro.